warning not to mess with Texas amid Operation Lone Star, highlighting some numbers showing a drop in the number of migrant encounters in Texas, while there's an increase in parts of Arizona and California. Joining us now is our very own Ryan Chandler to give us a little insight. Okay, so you are going to break down the numbers. What are we seeing?
We're seeing dramatic decreases across the board. When you compare December to January, we saw about 300,000 migrant encounters in December. That dropped to just 176 in January. So numbers down across every state, but especially in Texas. There's really eye-popping numbers in the Del Rio sector. That's what you're looking at right there. This is the Eagle Pass area that has become the center of Operation Lone Star. And we see that in December, Eagle Pass Border Patrol agents were encountering about 2,300 migrants a day. Last month, that was down to just as low as 200 sometimes. El Paso is also down 51% in the last 3 months of last year compared to the same period in 2022. Laredo's down 42%, RGV down 18%. Meanwhile, we're seeing that all those people are going to Arizona and California. We see huge spikes there. They're shouldering about 60% of the migrant encounters nowadays.
Okay, so after seeing record migration though, Ryan, why are we seeing this steep drop?
Well, Governor Abbott credits it to Operation Lone Star. He will characterize this as cartels not wanting to come to the increased enforcement that we have on our Texas borders. Other officials will give you different answers, and to be sure, it's very difficult to put one explanation to these very complex migration trends. It could be seasonal. The White House actually points to progress they made with the Mexican government after a December meeting. They got Mexico to increase their own enforcement, and they're actually making it harder for migrants to travel through Mexico to the U.S. border. So the likely truth is somewhere in the middle. It's a combination of a bunch of factors, and these things go up and down. I'm sure we'll see them go up again sometime soon too. Okay,
so even with migration down, we know the politics really surrounding the border, as you know, you've covered extensively, it's really heating up. Yeah. So another major battle with the federal government is happening this week.
We're seeing another court showdown between Texas and the United States in court this Thursday over Senate Bill 4. That's the novel new law that gives Texas broad authority to enforce federal immigration law on our own. This is very controversial because federal immigration law is just that, federal law, and state troopers, local police have no right or business to enforce it themselves. That's what the federal government is arguing. But this would give Texas troopers the ability to arrest and effectively deport any migrants that come into Texas without having to deal with Border Patrol at all. Governor Abbott says we need to do that because Border Patrol is not doing their job. But the Biden administration is saying this is messing with our business and you're stepping on our toes here. So we're going to see the first real challenge to that in court. Some civil rights groups are suing the state, worrying that that could harm some migrants' rights and overstep federal authority. We'll see how that plays out on Thursday.
Okay, I know you'll be tracking that for us. Ryan Chandler, always good to see you.
You too. Thanks.